Right now at 5, a protest underway outside La Crosse County courts. Organizers are calling for justice in the death of a 6-year-old boy.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. People continue to rally outside the La Crosse County Courthouse today to show support for the 6-year-old boy who was found dead at his home in Medarie 6 months ago. 33-year-old Josie Dykman is facing multiple charges, including an intentional homicide charge for the death of Alexavier Pedrin. Our own Dua Israr is live outside the courthouse where protesters say they want to see change. Dua?
Ken, dozens of organizers are lining up on these sidewalks. All of them are wearing the same shirt that says one thing: justice for Alexavier. Now, this is just one of the many protests that have happened since Dykman's arrest, and I'm actually here with Alexavier's grandmother who helped organize this protest today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What do you want people to know from these protests?
Child abuse is not good in any form, mental, physical, verbally. It's not good. My grandson did die because of it, and our big goal tomorrow is we have a court hearing, and we hope the judge does not let her out. So no other child can be affected by this.
And how often will you hold these protests?
We will keep going through the trial, and probably even more so justice can be served for any child that has been abused. I would think, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, District Attorney Tim Grinke says Dykman was previously charged with 2 counts of child abuse in the past. Protesters here say they won't stop until Alexavier has some form of justice. Reporting live in La Crosse, Dua Israr, News 8 Now. Ken, back to you.
Dua, thanks very much. Dykman is currently being held in La Crosse County Jail on a $1 million cash bond. She'll be in court tomorrow for a preliminary hearing. The city of La Crosse is closing Cameron Park and Burns Park this week. The Parks Department says both parks will be closed around 10 a.m. tomorrow through Friday for maintenance, cleaning, tree inspections, and park repairs. Cameron Park has especially seen an influx of people living unsheltered. City officials have given those people a 48-hour notice of the temporary closures. The Parks and Rec director says the closures are necessary to keep those parks in the best possible shape.
These parts where we come in and have to close the park down to perform this maintenance is very necessary, not only for public health and safety, but you know, just to ensure that we're able to continue to do it in the future.
The department says they plan to open Cameron Park back up on Friday afternoon in time for the farmers market to go on as usual. Wisconsin Republicans are introducing a bill that would increase the penalty for performing an abortion. It would also clarify medical procedures that don't qualify as abortions. The new bills would make anyone besides the mother who causes the death of an unborn child with intent guilty of a felony punishable by up to 12.5 years in prison. The legislation also specifies that medical procedures intended to save a woman's life and are not intended to kill the unborn child don't qualify as abortions. The Democratic Governor Tony Evers is almost certain to veto the measure if it gets to his desk. He has already promised to veto another GOP bill that creates exceptions for rape and incest. La Crosse's Assemblywoman and State Senator are calling on the Joint Finance Committee to reverse course on a proposed budget cut to food security programs. Democrats Jill Billings and Brad Pfaff say the GOP-controlled budget draft has cut $30 million in grants that support nonprofit food assistance programs like Wafer Food Pantry. Wafer's director says the pantry is already seeing about 150 more families a month needing help compared to last year. So the proposed cuts, coupled with fewer local donations, could put the pantry in a difficult spot.
I would like to be able to maintain what we have been able to do, but we're just spending more and more, and with inflation, our prices are up also.
Now, the full legislature has to vote on those proposed cuts. Senator Pfaff says it's not too late for the legislature to put that money back in the next 2-year budget.
I fully intend to continue to push to get this money reinstated because I think it's a win-win. It's a win-win for our family farmers. It's a win-win for our consumers. It's a win-win for our local communities.
And Wafer Food Pantry says they will continue to try and provide the best food choices for the community.
Well, Well, as advertised, we were in the upper 80s, low 90s for today, making for another hot day across the Coulee region. 90 was the high in La Crosse. That was my forecast high. 88 was the high in Sparta. 89 Black River Falls. Viroqua made it to 86. Boscobel made it to 90. 88 was the high in Prairie du Chien. Right now, we're still sitting in the 80s and 90s. 89 in La Crosse, as well as Boscobel. Austin's over west of the viewing areas at 90. Red Wings at 90. 88. In Eau Claire, 84 is the current temperature. And Ladysmith, we are seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms just to the west of the Coulee region. Now, some of that will hit the area as we go into the evening and overnight hours. Not everybody will see it. The majority of us will stay partly cloudy. Then you can see what's going on here, that renegade shower just firing up across portions of Minnesota and then across portions of central and western Iowa. So your forecast for tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies by the 8 o'clock hour. We'll go to 81. Then we'll hover in the upper 50s, low 60s as we go into the evening and overnight hours. 67 by 2 a.m., 66 by the 4 o'clock hour. And you're noticing on the bottom, the precip chances inching up. Now, Ken, coming up in the first warn forecast, this is just one day of temperatures being in the 90s. And we'll talk about that with my 8-day forecast in a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, there may still be people stuck at the site of a partial building collapse in Davenport, Iowa. A woman was rescued just yesterday after officials had said no known residents were left inside. CBS's Adriana Diaz has more from Davenport, where an effort is underway to research the highly unstable structure.
Search crews are back on site at a partially collapsed building in Davenport, Iowa. After stunning news, there may still be people inside.
At this time, we have 5 individuals that are still unaccounted for. 2 of those we believe to be possibly still in the building.
There she is. A crowd erupted in cheers Monday when a missing woman poked her head out of a 4th floor window about 24 hours after the collapse.
That right there is an indicator that we need to go up there.
Officials had previously declared there were no known residents in the wreckage, prompting protests over the city starting to plan a demolition. The family of one of the missing pleaded with demonstrators.
Let the city do their job. Right now it is an absolute no-win situation, but this is the best plan of attack.
Engineers warn the debris pile is actually holding up the remaining structure, and a full collapse is a question of when, not if.
Be careful, because this building is going to collapse. This building is going to collapse at its own time.
The mayor was asked how any survivors may have been missed.
I don't know. Believe me, though, I want to know.
He has promised a full investigation. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Davenport, Iowa.
Residents report disrepair and structural concerns like cracks in the facade or fallen bricks. There was some permitted work underway. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signs a bill legalizing marijuana for adult recreational use. The bill legalizes recreational marijuana for anyone over the age of 21. Effective August 1st, Minnesotans are allowed to possess, use, and grow marijuana at home. Under the legislation, Minnesotans who have been convicted of misdemeanor or petty misdemeanor possession would get their records cleared.
We've criminalized a lot of folks who are going to start the expungement process on those records. We have a situation where buying cannabis on the streets is dangerous, with the things from fentanyl to xylazine to the other things we're starting to see show up. It makes sense to have that.
Governor Walz was joined by former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura, who was famously known for being pro-cannabis back in the 90s. Ventura says cannabis cured his wife of severe seizures when she was battling epilepsy, and that this is a huge win for Minnesotans.
After years of prohibition, we didn't want any families to go through what the First Lady and I went through. We don't want anyone to have to ever do that in Minnesota. Now, today, they will never have to.
The signed bill makes Minnesota just the 23rd state to legalize marijuana for adults. Just ahead this evening, the convenience and cheap price of plastic has led to mass production. Why world leaders are saying now is the time to end plastic pollution, right after this.
Get 11% off your outdoor project at Menards. UltraDeck Low Maintenance Decking is built to last. Spend more time with family and friends, or simply soak up some sun with UltraDeck Fusion 2.0 Composite Decking. It's $259 per lineal foot after rebate. Check out our selection of concrete landscape blocks, from no-cut block projects to retaining walls to edgers and patios. We have the block for you. 16 by 16 patio blocks are $299 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
When your back pain is your foot's fault. This is Dean's story.
I had back pain, and I honestly didn't know where to go.
Until a friend suggested the Good Feet store.
She had to explain to me the feet are connected to the back.
And get this.
As soon as I put on those Good Feet arch supports, the pressure lifted off my back. It's like finding that missing puzzle piece. Like, yes, this is it.
Stop by for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
All the Taco Tuesday excitement at Taco John's can really start to mix things up. Just look at these delicious simmering Tuesdays. And on this taco, Tuesdays are only $1.19. See you on taco at Tuesday John's, Taco John's.
Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the U.S. Melanoma is the deadliest.
Hey, it's Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. It's hard to believe they're already coming up on our 2-year anniversary. We want to celebrate it the Great River way, so I'm inviting everyone to our 2nd anniversary celebration. Stop by and see us anytime at Great River Harley-Davidson.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Leaders from nearly 200 nations are on a mission to bring an end to global plastic pollution. Talks are underway in Paris to produce a landmark treaty to tackle the issue. CBS's Ian Lee reports from London.
Take a stroll down a beach and you'll likely see plastic pollution. We produce around 500 million tons of it worldwide every year.
Truth is that we cannot recycle our way out of this mess.
World leaders, activists, and industry experts are meeting in Paris this week.
What do we want? Global Plastics Treaty! We want it now!
They're hoping to forge a treaty to limit plastic production, especially those made with hazardous chemicals.
99% of our plastics come from fossil fuels, but it also means that the whole life cycle of plastic starts producing greenhouse gas emissions that continue to drive climate change.
The United Nations Environment Chief says the world is abusing plastic because it's so cheap. The UN has released a blueprint for reducing plastic waste by 80% by 2040, focusing on reusing, recycling, and finding alternative materials.
Current commitments will only reduce plastic pollution by 8% by 2040, so the tap is still wide open.
Norway and Rwanda are leading a coalition driving this global change. But plastic-producing nations and gas exporters like the U.S., Saudi Arabia, and China want the treaty to scale up recycling. The goal, though, is the same: wiping out the plastic that plagues the planet. Ian Lee, CBS News.
Plastic also contributes to global warming, accounting for 3.4% of worldwide emissions in 2019. That's according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Closer to home, if you'd like to help clean up our waterways, there are 2 Mississippi River Cleanup Days coming soon. On Friday, June 2nd, volunteers can gather at the Trempealeau Boat Landing. Registered volunteers will go to the landing they chose during registration to sign in, grab a shirt, a map, and of course trash bags. Volunteers will get lunch after cleanup is finished. And the lacrosse cleanup happens the next day on June 3rd. Check in also at 8, and after the cleanup, all volunteers are invited to Copeland Park for lunch. You can also register for this day online. This is the 30th year of the river cleanup, and the group has picked up nearly 750,000 pounds of debris and trash from the banks of the Mississippi. Still ahead tonight at 5, cleaning up the city. The La Crosse Parks and Rec Department hopes to clean things up, and we have a weekend option for you as well.
And I'm meteorologist Eric Dean. We made it to 90 today. We need some precip. Look at this. We're just under 2.5 inches below normal for the month. So here's what's on the menu in just a couple minutes. The 90s will continue to linger. Bring on the rain. We have rain chances, and June begins Thursday. We'll plot everything out with my 8-day forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
News 8 Now and Quick Trip honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honors Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and the schools they represent. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Hey, Dominic here, asking, what's for breakfast? The answer is more flavor using breakfast sausage pleasing. Turns out it's easier, tastier, and healthier than store-bought. Add 1 tablespoon of breakfast sausage pleasing to 1 pound of ground pork. You can also use turkey, chicken, or beef. Then make into patties and cook until done. Be sure to get your breakfast sausage pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Be sure to support your local businesses during road construction. It's what's for breakfast.
News 8 Now and Quick Trip honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honors Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and the schools they represent. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, many of us are getting off the long weekend, but it could already be time to start planning next weekend's adventures. Saturday and Sunday mark Wisconsin's annual Free Fun Weekend. Everyone can get into the state's 50 state parks and 15 state forests without a pass. You also don't need a fishing license during the 2 days. State parks and trails will be open from 6 in the morning to 11 at night. DNR has more information about fishing clinics and regulations that'll stay in place. That is on its website. We'll be linking that as well. So a couple of events already in store for this weekend, and here's hoping this coming weekend's weather is going to look exactly like what we had this past weekend, Eric.
It's going to be warmer. We do have the rain and thunderstorm chances in the forecast, and as we mentioned before the break, we need that rain. We're just over 2.5 inches below normal, but definitely get outside and enjoy it regardless. Make sure you take the rain gear, but don't let the rain stop your plans.
Nice.
Why not? Now, we do have one thing to talk about. Is this right here. This is an air quality alert for the counties shaded in dark gray. This is going to expire later on this evening. Now, if you have breathing issues or lung issues, or if you're, children, older adults, people who are active outdoors, just please reduce, prolong, or heavy outdoor activities. The air is still very crazy out there, if you will. And I'm an allergy sufferer and an asthmatic myself, so I'm right up there with you in that aspect. Now, for today, we made it to 90. The last time we hit 90 was April 12th, so 48 days ago, and I'm willing to bet an entire paycheck that we're going to stay right or well above normal for the end of the month. We only have 1 day left, and I think we're going to see temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s. Now, take a look at this. The radar scan across the Coulee region. We're seeing a clean sweep across the area, but you don't have to go too far to see a line of thunderstorms that's starting to push its way into the extreme western part of the viewing area, just over towards, let's say, to the west of Red Wing, across portions of Highway 52. And to put this into perspective, we'll go ahead and take a look here at Wabasha. This is about 40-ish miles away from Wabasha, and this is going to continue to push its way up towards the east and northeast over the next several minutes. Now, in terms of precip chances, we're going to keep the precip chances out of the forecast until we get to the 10 o'clock hour. Then they start to pick up a little bit. Then they'll continue as we go into the overnight hours, only to dwindle down again to start your Wednesday morning. So what's going on? Well, we've got a stationary boundary off towards the west of us, and all this moisture is riding its way up and over into the Coulee region. You can see it firing up across portions of west central Iowa, and so this is going to push its way up and over, increasing the rain chances. But as I mentioned, not everybody will see it. The ones who do see it will get a nice downpour, but the majority of us will stay partly to mostly cloudy. So by 6 o'clock when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you. We'll see the clouds start to pick up, and then that rain chance starts to pick up again by Wednesday night going into early Thursday morning. So we take a look here at your forecast for the overnight hours. Look at this, a gorgeous evening in terms of temperature. We're talking temperatures in the 50s and 60s with highs back into the upper 80s, low 90s. And this is not just a one-day event in terms of precipitation. By Wednesday night, another round pushes its way through. By Thursday, we start the day off with sunny skies again. Rain and thunderstorm chances fire up yet again. And then we do it all over again Friday. Sunny skies to start, then rain and thunderstorm chances pick up again by the afternoon, early evening hours. The next 8 days keeps us in the upper 80s, low 90s. For the next several days, and we cool off by the second half of the 8-day forecast with highs in the upper 70s, low 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday with rain chances. So the good news is we have the rain chances.
Yep.
We need that. We could deal without the thunderstorm activity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, thanks very
You
much.
bet.
When we come back, the reflection contest that is now helping bridge the gap between the younger generation and the Holocaust.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Start every day right in your bright new bathroom. Convert the tub into a walk-in shower or a new soaker tub if that's your thing. Easy care walls with a look of Subway or marble, or everything new: vanity, sink, mirror, lights, toilet, and flooring. The Board Store has it all. All the products you need, designers to plan, and our team of carpenters, electricians, and plumbers to make it happen. Call or visit our showroom for your free estimate. Higher quality at lower prices. The Board Store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Have you ever met with a mortgage loan officer and after only 2 or 3 minutes, they push your papers towards you and say, "We can't help"? At Firefighters Credit Union, we call that the big push. When you meet with Matt Farron or Troy Arns, they know you deserve a lot of time and know you're going to be ready for a mortgage someday. So I guarantee you, you'll never get the big push at Firefighters Credit Union.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
All across Wisconsin, destination marketing organizations are working to ensure that tourism in our state and your local community is stronger than ever. Their work to drive visitation and enhance the visitor experience not only encourages travelers to discover our great state, it bolsters the economy, supports jobs, and it improves the quality of life for all Wisconsin residents. To learn more about what these great organizations are doing, visit destinationswisconsin.com.
Sponsored by Destinations Wisconsin.
Welcome to the rustic side of Black River Furniture Outlet, Western Wisconsin's cabin store. Buy unique, one-of-a-kind pieces made in the USA, featuring aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialty woods like walnut and maple burl. Top dining sets, bars and bar stools. Find epoxy pieces, coffee and end tables, cabin furniture bedroom sets in king, queen, full, or twin. Bunk beds and case pieces to match. Huge selection in stock to take home or deliver today. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Today, students are showing off their creativity at the Never Again Reflection Contest at Longfellow Middle School. Students in the La Crosse School District submitted works of art or writing for this first-of-its-kind contest, where students connect what they learn about the Holocaust with problems in the 21st century. The Maureen and Robert Friedland La Crosse Public Education Foundation Fund have sponsored this contest and awards grants to winners to help further their education. Robert Friedland says that by educating the younger generation about the Holocaust, he hopes it helps them become better people.
Whether it's on a little level of bullying, whether it's about respecting people's differences and being aware when other people express hate instead of love. That's what it's all about.
3 La Crosse students received first-place prizes at the contest, and 2 of the winners said this event allowed them to be creative and learn some valuable lessons.
I think it's important because if we don't learn about the past, then we're going to make a future that just repeats itself, and that's not going to be good.
This contest had 53 entries, and the winning submissions will go on display throughout June on the first floor of the Hogan Administrative Center. Eric's going to be back in with one more check of your forecast right after this.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping. The Memorial Day sale ends Monday at Home Furniture.
Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska is your corporate headquarters for all business or personal travel in the Coulee region. Conveniently located within walking distance of 6 restaurants, retail locations, and 3 grocery stores. We are at the hub of your corporate visit. With hot breakfast served daily, meeting rooms for corporate presentations, and a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have everything you need for your next business trip.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Don't let banking be stressful. Union State Bank is a family-owned bank at the forefront of technology. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances on your time. Deposit a check, pay bills, manage your debit card, transfer funds, and receive real-time alerts. We bring banking to the palm of your hand so you can easily track your account wherever life takes you. At one of our locations or on the go, Union State Bank puts you first. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Plays in construction, so we thought, hey, it'd be nice to see if there was any hearing changes due to being in construction.
For the most part, it's pretty good. There's a few spots where the lows were tough.
Luckily, mine was in the normal ranges, but a lot of people don't know they have a hearing problem. You know, I just wanted to know too, to make sure we're doing everything we can do to be proactive about keeping our ears healthy. A lot of information goes through our eyes, but a lot of information goes through our ears too.
Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Exposure to tanning beds before 30 increases a person's risk of developing melanoma by 75%.
Connect with us on Twitter at News8News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
If you have plans tonight, especially around the 7, 8 o'clock time frame, make sure you take some high-quality H2O. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s. The air is still very dry. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you, but we will have precip chances in the overnight hours.
I was going to say your 8-day compared to last week, we had no rain chances late last week, and now
rain,
every
rain,
single
rain,
day.
rain. Thank goodness.
Yeah, quite a difference a week
goodness.
makes.
Yes.
That's Eric Dean. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at 5. We'll see you at 6.